Hello. Hello, beautiful. I'm just trying to think of the day. I believe it's Monday. At least it's Monday here in Newcastle, Australia, where I am live streaming from. What day is it where you are coming in from? Is it a day ahead? Is it a day behind? Love to know what time zone you're in and who you are and what you're connecting up with this live stream for. There's lots of different things that I like to live stream about, all sorts of different kinds of topics, but one of the ones that I really haven't talked about for quite a long time, and it's very remiss of me actually not to have spoken about this, but the thing I haven't spoken about for a long time is about creativity and how our creativity works and how our creativity gives us an outlet to express ourselves. And that's a very important thing to be able to have. It's a bit tricky if you go through life and you don't have any possible way that you can express who you are or share your ideas with people or demonstrate to people how you feel about them or all the other things that creativity actually allows us to do. So I wanted to be able to talk about that today because I've had a particularly creative day. I've been creating something new from scratch. And if there's anything that I love doing, it is creating something new from scratch. There's something about the intellectual challenge and the whole process that I just find very alluring in many ways. And I am the kind of person that could create and create and create and create and keep creating. And as I said earlier, if you're jumping on to watch the live stream, give us a wave, drop in who you are and where you might be coming in from. It's always fantastic to see and hear the kind of breadth of people that we get coming into the live stream. So what I'm interested in today is what's your creative process? And it's interesting because when you say to someone, what do you do that's creative? So often you'll get the answer where people say, oh, no, I'm not creative. Now, the thing is, that's just fundamentally not true, but what does differ is the ways in which we are creative. As humans, our very nature is to create. Our very nature is to put new ideas together or new colours together or new crafts together or new concepts together, whatever it might be that we're creating. And we love to do this, and it's actually a really good thing for our brain to be able to pull ideas from all sorts of different areas. And I watch my son when he's cooking, and he loves to cook, and he's very creative in his cooking, and he'll put all sorts of different flavors together and visually create what it is that's in front of him into a really appealing sort of thing, usually a sweet thing in the case of my son, that people then go on and eat. But people can be creative. I remember going to, I'll just show you all, one of the rings that I wear, which is this ring here. I remember going to somewhere called the Lapidary Club. And the Lapidary Club is the most amazing place that I've ever been to. And it has all of these precious gems that are just waiting to be shaped into a piece of jewelry. So you can basically shop around the Lapidary Club and pick out the gem that you'd like and pick out the kind of ring or necklace or bracelet that you would like. And they put the two together and they make your creation for you. It's beautiful. And it's so clearly an expression of people who love gemstones. And that's the thing that I love the most about creativity is it's always an expression of people who love whatever it is they're being creative about. The other thing that I love about creation is it's literally new birth. You're giving a new birth to things. And if there's anything that I love to do, it's giving a new birth to a program or to an idea or to a concept or to a training session. It's what I love doing, and what I do best probably is that creation process up the front. So what I'd like you to do is just think about your life. Are you creative with food? Are you a real foodie and you love the colors you're playing with and the textures and the flavors? If so, you're being very creative. Are you someone who loves to do woodwork and you love to make beautiful things out of wood or maybe out of metal? If so, you're being creative. Are you someone who loves to write? Are you an author? Do you love writing books and putting ideas together in different ways? If so, you're being creative. Are you a craft person? Do you love to construct little cool, quirky things that get stuck on the wall in your lounge room or in your living room or your bedroom? If so, you're creative. So the odds are incredibly, incredibly high that you are very creative. It's just a matter of the lens that you're looking through. So next time you get tempted to say, oh, no, I'm not creative, what I want you to do is think of your life and think of the things that you do through someone else's eyes. Because very often it's just that functional process of looking at you through someone else's eyes that allows you to see how creative you're actually being. Now, the other thing about creativity that's so important to remember is that creativity is therapy. Instead of having to go and pay your therapist or your counselor or your psychologist, whoever you might like to see to support you in your life, get creative, be artistic, get the paints out, get into something where you can really express how it is that you are feeling in a forum or in some kind of medium that means that it's useful to you and you're making something as a result of it. One of the other reasons that I love to be creative is because most of what I do in my day-to-day kind of work is in my head. I spend a lot of my time coaching people. When I'm coaching people, I'm in my head. I'm constantly thinking, processing, coming up with ways that I can challenge that person, making sure that they're being honest about what they're saying. So it's a very thinking heavy process for my creativity. Whereas if I jump into some of these other creative methods, it helps me to tap into a whole other range of what's going on for me. So one of the things that I wanted to be able to talk about, and we're doing the proper launch for this later this week, but I wanted to be able to give you a heads up and just let you know what's coming in our world. And that is a really amazingly created program that we were going to do face-to-face, and we've taken all the elements from it that we think that we can do really well in an online version. So we're calling it our online immersion process. And our online immersion process will have a combination of sound healing. We've got the amazing Siddhi Shakti, who is coming along to be the sound healer for the day. We also have a guided meditation that we're going to be doing, a lot of goodies at the start of the day. And in the afternoon in the day, we're doing a coaching hot seat. Now, you are not too late to be one of the people that gets to be on the coaching hot seat. Now, this is a pretty unique thing to do because it's not done very often. And on the coaching hot seat, you'll get both myself and AJ coaching you in a laser-like session of about 15 to 20 minutes. So in that 15 to 20 minutes, you'll go from feeling unclear, confused, not sure, not confident, to getting clarity, knowing what your next steps will be, and feeling like it was the best 20 minutes that you've spent or invested in yourself in a very long time. So what happens is everyone participates in the first part of the day, in the sound healing and those kind of elements of the day. In the afternoon, we just get 3 people who are happy to be on the hot seats, and everybody else in the group watches them go through the hot seat process. Because if there's one thing that's, it's not as good as being coached yourself, I have to say. Being coached yourself is very, very useful, but watching someone else coaching is also useful because you get to see the kind of questions that you could be asking yourself. And in that process, it will also help you come to a point of knowing what you would like to do next. And what we find with most people who we're coaching is they get stuck at that question of, what is it that I do next? They get stuck at that question of, I'm feeling overwhelmed and I'm not sure what the next steps are to take. So if you've jumped on the live stream, drop in, say hi. We'd love to see who you are. Make yourself known. Give me a big wave. It's always great to know who's watching the live streams. And I'm just talking about an online immersion experience that we're going to be offering in a few weekends' time. So if you are interested in getting the detailed information about this online immersion and the coaching process that I described, just pop a Y down below in this live stream. If you're interested, just tell us yes, that we're interested, and I'll absolutely make sure that you get all the information. So just to say, have a fantastic afternoon, and my challenge for you this afternoon is go forth and create whatever it might be in your world. Whatever is creative for you, go and do it. And you'll feel so much better about your life, the universe, and everything, simply because you've engaged in your creative process. Alrighty, take care. Bye.